Thanks for joining us here on Seahawks Today. I am merely Tyler Jones, and we are talking surprise trade candidates. I got 3 players that could be dealt before or during the 2024 NFL Draft. And what we're going to do is we're going to explain why they ultimately could be moved on from. Let's start with wide receiver DK Metcalf. And I know what you're thinking. Gasp! What? How could you ever trade DK Metcalf? Well, here's exactly how this could work. It's no secret that John Schneider loves himself some J.J. McCarthy. They've had multiple meetings. Everything we've heard has been very positive about how they feel about J.J. And Mike McDonald has made it clear he's a J.J. McCarthy fan. He was the D.C. at Michigan a couple years ago when McCarthy was there. And so what you could have, this is about the only potential path for the Seahawks to move up from 5 to 16 is throwing DK Metcalf in there. What you could do is the Chargers hold that number 5 pick, and they're going to trade it no matter what. They're shopping it. They're taking phone calls for this 5 pick because there are plenty of teams out there, specifically the Minnesota Vikings, that are interested in making a trade for J.J. McCarthy. So you could package DK in the number 16 pick and move up to that number 5 spot and get your quarterback of the future. Now, let me just say, I am not in favor of moving on from DK Metcalf, but this is a realistic possibility. If you want JJ, if we see the Seahawks follow through with as much as they like JJ, this is their path to get there. You look at JJ McCarthy, a national champion with the Michigan Wolverines, first-team All-Big Ten selection. His stock has skyrocketed. If you recall, Mel Kiper's first mock draft had the Seahawks taking McCarthy at 16 overall. No way in hell he's getting out of the top 5 now. You look at these statistics, and the great unknown that there is with J.J. McCarthy is what exactly is he going to be at the next level of being a game manager or a true franchise quarterback? Because he wasn't asked to do a whole lot at Michigan. You can see completion percentage was outstanding, but he had less than 3,000 passing yards, only 22 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions, pretty decent runner as well. JJ's a heck of an athlete. No ifs or ands or buts about it. But if I'm trading up to 5, giving up my top receiver to go get another version of Alex Smith, basically, if that's what I end up with, no thank you. What do you guys think? Should the Seahawks trade DK for J.J. McCarthy in addition to giving up that first-round pick? I'm spamming hell no, personally. I'm not doing that, but I wouldn't be surprised if something were to happen. There's a pathway for it. Let me know what you think. HY for hell yes, HN for hell no. Weigh in our pinned comment today. Let us know what you think. We got hats on sale now, chatsports.com/Seahawks hats, available for just a limited time with free shipping. Yes, you heard that right. We have these hats that you see on your screen now, as well as plenty others as well. I love the throwback version, the flat bill version. There's plenty to choose from. You can go see for yourself. Take advantage of it now. A limited time, free shipping. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hats to get yours today. That's chatsports.com/Seahawks hats. All right. You want to see another big one? How about Geno Smith? Could the Seahawks potentially move on from Geno? They restructured his contract, if you recall, several weeks back, and that seemed to kind of quiet things here just a bit. Then you bring in Sam Howell, and we were told, hey, Geno's the starting quarterback, Sam's the backup. But think about this, all right? It's like you do one thing, but you're doing another, okay? Because we mentioned Schneider loving J.J. McCarthy. He's been doing some flirting here, okay? Like, if we're playing football Tinder, John Schneider, through these draft visits, whether it was at the Combine or these top 30 meetings, he's been doing some swiping, okay? There's some real interest from the Seahawks when it comes to potentially getting one of these top quarterbacks. And there could be a scenario where the Seahawks say, you know what? Let's go with Sam Howell as our starter. Let's get back into the second round and then use that pick on a guy like Michael Penix or Bo Nix potentially. And there is a path for that as well. A team like the Raiders, who needs a quarterback? What about the idea of trading Geno for the 44th overall pick And then you put yourself in position to go get either Penix or Bo Nix, either one. That's a realistic possibility, folks. This is not a far-fetched idea out there, okay? Listen to this. You look at Bo Nix, okay? If you had to choose between the two of them. Bo Nix, Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year, number 5 QB on Mel Kiper's big board. Started with the Auburn Tigers, finished with Oregon the last couple of years, played much better at Oregon. But I have some concerns when it comes to Bo Nix. Because as somebody that has watched Bo Nix's entire career, dating back to when he was at Auburn compared to what he is at Oregon, deep down inside, I think he's still the same quarterback that he was at Auburn. I have some question marks about his inconsistency to be able to read defenses. Because when he went to Oregon, let's be frank, the defenses in the Pac-12 were much easier what he faced with than what he was dealing with the Southeastern Conference. And that offense at Oregon was a lot more QB-friendly than what he played for at Auburn. So count me skeptical when it comes to Bo Nix. Personally, if I have to draft one of these two quarterbacks, I like Penix more than I do Bo Nix. First-team All-American, Maxwell Award winner, the number 6 quarterback on Kiper's big board, helped lead the Washington Huskies to the college football playoff, won the Pac-12 title, played in the national championship game, and oh yeah, he outplayed Bo Nix, not once, but twice in the 2023 season, folks. And you look at the statistics. Bo Nix, 39 touchdowns, 11 picks. Or Michael Penix, rather. 39 touchdowns, 11 picks. Year prior, 35 touchdowns, 8 picks. This guy's been through adversity, right? He's lost both ACLs. My concern with Penix is not who he is as a quarterback. I'm concerned about his body holding up with the injuries he's already been through. So if we're just picking based on talent level, I'll take Penix every day. But if I'm factoring who has more potential to hold up better in the NFL long term, it's probably Bo Nix. If you had to pick between one of these two quarterbacks, let's say the Seahawks are moving on from Geno and get a second-round pick and use it on one of these two, which one would you rather have? Type Bo for Bo Nix. Does Bo know? We'll find out if Bo knows. Type Penix for Michael Penix. Let me know which quarterback you rather have out of the Pac-12. For the best Seahawks NFL draft news and rumors on YouTube, you have come to the right place, my friends, as we are bringing you the latest happenings across the National Football League right here on Seahawks Today. And I got to tell you, we're ramping things up prior to the draft here on the channel. It is going to be exciting times for what's ahead here on Seahawks Today. We're going to be live for the NFL draft next Thursday night. So don't miss a moment. Lock us in and stay up to date what's happening. If the Seahawks make a move between now and then, if one of these guys were to go, you know, we're going to make a video we're going to talk about here on the channel. Subscribe now, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. Last on our trade candidate list, Abraham Lucas. Hear me out on this, folks. Why Abraham Lucas, you may be asking. There's legit concerns about Abe Lucas's knee holding up. Last year was not good, right? Played in just 6 games. That knee was a lingering issue for Abraham Lucas in 2023. And I have worries about how that thing is going to hold up in the long term. If he's going to be able to withstand this knee issue, or if he's going to be able to figure it out. And you may be saying to yourself, well, then what do you do? Well, you already brought in George Fant to be kind of your backup swing tackle. You could go with Troy Fautanu from Washington to step into his role potentially, as Fautanu's got the flexibility to play either guard or tackle. There's ways to work around this, and then you go get a pick for Abraham Lucas instead. You look at Abraham Lucas, third-round pick just a couple of years ago. The Seahawks thought they had found the solution that they were looking for in getting their 2 bookend tackles. But if these injury issues persist, then we got a problem on our hands here. I think there's plenty of teams out there that need help at the right tackle spot. Take example of the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? Then all of a sudden you get like a third-round pick. Let's say you go pick at 84, all right? And then you don't have to worry about Abraham Lucas's knee issues, and you go get somebody else. Now, I would personally like to keep Abraham Lucas, but there is cause for concern. So let's ask you, should the Seahawks trade Abraham Lucas? Type T for trade, type K for keep. let us know should the Seahawks move on from Abraham Lucas or not. Thanks for joining us here on the channel today. For more Seahawks coverage, follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, @TylerJonesLive. You can see me there. Until next time, thanks for joining us.